Mm-hmm. All right. Welcome back, buddy. Oh, shit. No doubt that's my buddy Kenny. All right. How you guys doing, all right? Yeah. No, it's not Mr. Steel. It's an Apex, but it's not the Mr. Steel. The Mr. Steel build is lightweight screws, and it's got the brown plastics. These got the black plastics. So if you see here, like you know, the skids, and the front plate. You see, I cracked the front one actually. I don't know if you can see it. You see it there. I cracked the front one. So I got replacement red ones. So I'm gonna actually put the red one on there just to you know, make it give it its integrity back, because that's how they break. You know, that's how you break the frame once that plastic is no good. So yeah, I mean, I had the Fettec when I first built this. I had the Fettec ESC and FC, and it burnt right out. I used it for about, I don't know, one pack, and I blew the ESC out. So that was the end of that. And I went to the Acon ESC, and the Acon ESC has been pretty good. But I had a pretty hard crash the last time I went to Pilgrim. So after that, I was like, you know what? Let me do it the right way. I'm going to put the the Fettec setup back on it. So that's where we're at now. So let me show it to you. Let me just get this last screw out. It isn't, no, Kenny. It's Mr. Steel uses the KISS 4-in-1 35 amp. So it's not the same, but it's the same flight software though. Fettec uses KISS, as does obviously the KISS flight controller and ESC. So it has KISS pass through, they call it. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. I'm gonna take it out of the package for you. So this is the Fettec flight controller. And if you can see it on there, let's see if I can get this to focus. Come on. Yeah, I don't know how to make this focus, but it's KISS pass through. So, Tony, welcome to the build, man. Thanks for joining me. It doesn't have its own OSD. It has an OSD board, which is this right here. So this is the Impulse OSD board. It goes directly behind the camera, and it's pretty nifty, man. It works great right out of the box. But if you want to program it, you can see it's got the USB port right there, and it's very simple to program. So you can change it around, put different elements on it, and whatever you want to do. But this build is specifically meant to carry this OSD board, so it fits directly behind the camera right here. So I don't know if you guys ever watched the Steel build, but it was designed around this setup with the OSD board. So that's the whole purpose of it. That's why I'm putting it back on. And that's pretty much it. You guys have any questions, just shoot away. I'm going to stop building. Yeah, I mean, Steel's builds are awesome, Tony. I mean, that was the first build I ever did, was actually this squad here, which is a couple of years ago. This is the Alien, the original Alien with the individual 35 amps. I have capacitors on each ESC. As you can see, those are 50 amp capacitors on each ESC, and this thing is bulletproof, dude. This is my first build, and it's still my best build, hands down. This is a steel build. So, I mean, when they're built right, you can't go wrong. Thanks, bro. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is take this thing apart. And then from there, I'll start soldering everything. You guys can see exactly how it goes. This is my first ever stream, by the way, so have mercy on me. I appreciate both you guys. I remember you forever for being in here, you know? Who knows? It's early. Maybe some more people will join eventually. Thanks, brother. Appreciate that. How's the audio sound? The audio sounds all right? Video quality's good? I don't know, dude. That's a good question. I mean, it just said go live. It says go live right up top, right next to post video. And that was it. I mean, I got this channel for years, bro. It might be the amount of time you have the channel, maybe. I don't know. Oh, sorry, I took that off camera. Just trying to get to the screw. I lost the wrench I had for this. There it goes. All right, one more. Bear with me. This is probably the most boring part of the whole thing because I'm just disassembling an existing flight controller. But once I get through this, I'll start flying through it. Last time I built, thanks, bro. Good, yeah. I got external mic and camera, so I was hoping it would be pretty decent. So here, as a matter of fact, Kenny, as you see here, this is the Rush tank that I have. So this is the full size tank. VTX, and this thing is great. You know, I don't remember if I had to unlock it, but I probably did if you had to unlock the small one. So I run it too, but my first choice is the Unify. I'm running that on this because it fit perfectly on top of the stack. As you see, this is the Acon stack, which is awesome. This is the stack I use when I race. It's pretty durable. So what are you flying, Tony? You got a 5-inch build too? Yeah, I've been helping out Mad Props RC with his builds. He's got a 5-inch. You ever get that 5-inch up in the air with the receiver, Kenny, or you still down? All right, away we go. Freezes. These are the most important part of any build. All right, pull that off. I'm actually not even going to take that off. That's mounted perfect. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm just taking everything off. I'm seeing exactly what I'm saving, salvaging, and what I'm not. Obviously, my buzzer and my receiver I'm still going to be using, so I'm going to leave them mounted just the way they are. I'm just going to desolder them. Hopefully the wire is long enough I could drop it right on top of my new ESC. So this should be fairly quick. So I'm going to fire up my iron right now. We're going to get started on desoldering everything. So I lost my tips. I don't know what I did with them. I had a whole set of tips for this iron. So luckily I have a pretty universal tip on here, but normally I would switch my tips out during a build and use them for according to what I'm doing. Like if I'm soldering motor pads, I would use this tip. But doing small wires, like signal wires, I would go with a small tip. But I lost my tips, so don't judge me for using a big tip. All right, let's fire up the iron. Let's give that a second. I use the Hacko 888D. This is the iron stand for it. Great iron. If you guys ever need an iron, definitely look into that one. I don't even know if like the stream after it's done, I don't even know if it stays up. Like, does it record? I don't even know. This is the first time I'm ever streaming. I'm gonna see. You know? Yo, what's up, Drone, bro? Thanks for joining in, brother. Appreciate it. Chilling. How you doing? All right. About to start switching this out with the Fettec setup. It's gonna be pretty dope. I'm looking forward to it. So here's the Fettec 45 amp, bro. I've been waiting on this thing for over a month. So I'm excited to see what it's all about. I had the 35 amp and it blew right out. So I'm hoping this thing holds out. So we'll see. But yeah, this is going to be Fettec sine wave 45 amp 6S beast, bro. I'm going to program it too tonight on the stream too, so you guys can see with the KISS pass through and everything like that. If you guys are looking to do a similar setup, I don't know if you guys know if you know Crunked. Anthony's a good dude, but he has a 45 amp Fettec setup. It's pretty sick. So if you ever watch his videos, you'll see what it's all about. It's pretty awesome. So I'm going to start by desoldering the motors here one by one, and hopefully these wires are long enough where I don't have any issues. That's one. What kind of solder do you guys use, by the way? I use Kesta 6337. It's great. I actually built the 2-inch rig for Kenny that's in here. All right. Pull these one at a time. One. Two. Three. And four. All right. That takes care of the flight controller. Yeah, right? Everybody says that. People that aren't used to my accent, they're like, oh my God, bro. Where are you from? Well, let me clean the tip a little bit. There we go. How's the video look to you guys? It looks good? All right, so there you go. So now I use the tweezers here. All right, next up, I have the lock nuts holding this down, so these should screw right off. Yep, that's good. To get these started, I'll just spin them right off by hand. Now, if you notice, I'm using M3 metal standoffs. I like them because they're nice and durable. So crashes, they don't flex, they don't bend. People don't like using them. I personally never had a problem with them. So I use metal standoffs on my builds. Some people are like, no, bro, you can't use metal. You're going to use fucking plastic because, you know, if you crash, I think that's bullshit because everything's soft mounted now anyway. So it really doesn't make a difference, you know. As you see, the ESC is also soft mounted. All right. We're almost to the fun part, the building. So I want to show you guys what I did too, because since I had the setup with the OSD and the ESC, the OSD, and the KISS flight controller, I actually ruined the harness I had that came with it, and it sold out everywhere. So I made my own harness. I made this. All I did was look at the picture, and I have a Molex connector kit. I have a whole bunch of shit because I do a lot of builds. I'll show you what I got here. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, over here. All right. So basically, these are my Molex plugs, and I got an endless supply of wires in here, so I literally just piece together the same exact connector. So hopefully it doesn't blow up. I do actually, Kenny. Yeah, you do have that. You do have that accent, that Texas accent, which is cool. Change of pace, bro. I'm so used to everybody sounds like me around here. All right, so those are shot. This is the old Acon AK-32. I don't know if this was fried or if my motor was fried. I'm going to find out. Something went bad on my last crash. But I'll put that to the side for now. And we're about to get started on a build. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is that Fettec ESC, which is right here. We are going to put some soft mounted grommets on here. My dampeners pack. So Kenny, I'm glad you're watching this because if you see, you can get a look at all the stuff that I have on hand. So when you do your own builds, it's good to have all this stuff like the dampeners and all different sets of screws and everything like that. It comes in handy, you know. So this particular case, we're going to use. Let me get the tweezers. M3s, these look pretty good. So I'll use the blues. All right, that'll work. All right, so you'll notice, where is it? It's right here. These come with like these little notches in here, and that's if you want to use M2 or M3s without the dampeners. So those are meant to be filed out. So if you ever do a Fettec build, you file these out. If you're going to put the rubber grommets in there, which you should always put the rubber grommets in because it soft mounts your ESC, so it helps against crashes. So if you're going to file them, you got one of these little guys here. This is a little point file. Comes a lot of times with any kind of Apex build you do. So, with any kind of Impulse RC frame, it usually comes with it. So just take it and then you file out these shavings here. That's it. So you want it to look like that. See if you focus in on this. I don't know if you can. I'll just take my word for it. That's it. And they should pop right in. Something a little less sharp. There we go. All right. There's one. 3 to go. That's good. All right. It's 2. Oh, it's 3. And here's number 4. Yeah, there it goes. All right, there she goes. All right, so now these are different than whatchamacall, Better Flight. These motors, instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, they go 1, 2, 3, 4. So they go counterclockwise from the top right like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not that it matters, but it does once you start doing programming. So I'm going to keep this standard. Let me take off this sticker. I'm not going to rotate this at all. And this is going to drop in right here. All right, let's see how that looks. Yeah, nice. I got clearance there. It's beautiful. So that works out. All right, next we are going to take one of my, this one will work. All right, let's make sure this works. Let's see which side's positive here. Hold on a second. All right, positive is on the right. This is going to go like this here. Let's see if these drop in. They do. Beautiful. This is going to be our cap. It's also going to drop in like that. So I'm going to make it about that length right there. So I got about a 1/2 inch coming out of the cap. So it should drop in just like this. It's good. The ESC does have holes for the capacitor, which is nice. So I'll be able to do this in one shot, which I like. Something like that. I like it. All right, so I'm going to pre-tin this. This is your best friend. Beautiful. All right, so it's ready to go. Yo, Steve-O, what's up, buddy? Thanks for joining, bud. Appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoy the build. It's going to be nice. So I keep my solder spooled under my desk so I don't waste any. See this here? So, yeah, good to see you too, bro. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. So this is the way I keep my solder, which is awesome. So you don't get little pieces of solder all over the place, and you just use it as you go. And then when I'm done, I just roll it right back up. It rolls right back up underneath the desk, so you don't waste any solder. It's a little thing I do, just so you guys know where the solder is coming from. So I'm going to pre-tin this right now. We'll start with this side. The first pad always takes a little bit longer. You got to let it heat up. That's it. Okay, and then the rest you bang right through. 2, 3. And what's good about this solder, it's so clean. It flows so nice. The Kesta solder. Let me know what solder you guys use. Curious. But if you're not sure what solder to use and you think it's all the same, it's not. Kesta solder is so much easier to use. Kesta 6337, bro. Stuff is phenomenal. See how nice and clean that is? I don't know if you can see that. I got to figure out how to make this camera focus in. It's got to be a way. Yeah, Steve, I seen your little 2S Acrobeat video. Starting to get good, brother. I see some flips and rolls going on, some flippy floppies, man. You get better. It's awesome to see. Get these out of the way. Yeah. All right. And last but not least, we will do the pigtails. And if you see, there's actually individual spots for individual caps on here, which I like. So you got each ESC could have its own capacitor. I would actually like to do that. I want to see what kind of room I got here, but maybe I'll do that. That's a good idea. First thing we're going to do, I'm going to start like this, and if I don't like it, I'll switch it later. I'm going to take this off and flip it over. All right. Capacitor, always make sure that the stripe is negative. So it's going to go like this. Okay. I'm hitting this from the reverse side, as you see. Clean the tip. All right, that's one. And that's two. So that cap ain't going nowhere. See, I hit that from the reverse side just to hold it in place. And now it's nice and sturdy on there. And then the next shot will be on top, and then it'll really be locked in. But what I want to do is I want to set this up so it's underneath. It's going to be underneath the pigtails. So what you got to do here is, just because they're in the way, is I'm going to bend these in just a little bit just to get them out of the way. Just like that. Good. All right, spin this way so I get a nice angle. All right. And that's right. Oh, pops right in there like that. That's good. That's beautiful. Like a glove. Look at that. Love it. You know what? I'm going to hit these from the back too. Just lock them in. Try to get it good for the camera. There you go. All right. I'm going to put more heat on there. Just give me 1 second. There you go. Yeah, she's melting. Beauty. See, it's all one piece now. Very nice. Next one. Beauty. All right, that looks good. So that's the back side. You see how it's locked in as one piece? I don't know if you can see that. Nice clean solder ball. So this is already locked in nice. But you know what? I'm not crazy about that, actually. I don't like it. Hold on. Pull this off. All right. I'm going to get the vise out. 1 second. Where's the vise? The vise. Here it goes. All right. I pull this out of the way for now. All right. So this is the vise. Love this thing. It's all good, bro. Be safe driving, man. The last thing I want you to do is be texting while you're driving. That's not a good idea. Of course. Don't worry. I'll see your questions. You know? All right. So where was I? Let me turn this way. Yeah, I'm going to put the cap on top because I guarantee you that these pigtails are going to mess around with the they're going to mess around with this FC when I mount it because they're going to be in the way. So I'm going to revert back to the way I was originally going to do it. I can just get this out. There it goes. Okay. All right. I'll just pull out the black one. There it goes. Okay. All right, let's try this again. Do the red first, top. I'll put some solder on there. I'm not even gonna go through the through holes here. So I don't have that problem, I'm gonna actually just add a little more solder. And I'm gonna light them right on top. The first thing I gotta do is prep these plugs, these wires. Okay. 1. 2. Catch them on an angle like this. There you go. That's 1. And 2. Beauty. So now like this, I could just bend this back over it, it's out of the way. I can mount the FC with no problem, and everybody's happy. So that should do it. Nice and clean. Yeah, it's a Hatco, Steve-O. I run it pretty hot because I like to get in and out as fast as possible. I run it at 850, which a lot of people will be like, "Oh my God!" But honestly, it works for me because I solder pretty fast, so I could get in and out. If you're new at soldering, I wouldn't recommend going that hot because if you're spending too much time on anything, you could damage the components you're on. So that's actually a lot longer than I usually spend, by the way, on pigtails. Yeah, because the only reason why it took longer is because I second guessed myself and I changed it. But if I would have had a pregame and I would have just, been in and out, it would have been more ideal. So hopefully I didn't damage it, but it didn't get too hot. I could hold it in my hands, so it's not overkill. All right, so next step, we are going to put the motor wires back on here. All right, so we'll start on this side. So let's see how these wires look first off, if they're the right length. Let's see here. And yeah, they're going to fall right in place. That works out good. So I'm just going to freshen them up a little bit. Okay. 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 Clean the tip. No, I don't use heat shrink. If it was on the top of the battery, because a lot of times I'll put the cap on the XT60, then I'll use heat shrink because it protects it and it holds it in place in case you hit any kind of scraggle, branches, or anything like that. It's a lot more durable that way. But when it's inside the frame like this, I won't do it just because there's no need to. I mean, nothing's going to get in there to knock it loose. If it does, then it's a pretty bad crash. You know what I mean? So got bigger problems than heat shrink on the cap if it gets knocked off inside the quad. So I don't usually. No, that's just the way it is, just like that. Just make that a little cleaner. Looks good. Let me freshen these up. I forgot to do this. So you notice with the solder like this, I don't waste any. When you come right off of the spool like that, you don't have little pieces of solder all over the place. You just keep going off of the same spool. Good. Good. That's nice. They fall right in place. That's half. Let's do this half. What we got here? That's 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Oh, there goes the solder splash. Did you guys see that? Got to be conscientious of that. Sometimes if you come in too hot, solder jumps on your component. You blow it right out. Good thing I seen it. Yeah, you give me a call later, Kenny. I'll help you out. I mean, like I said, from what I seen in that video, it was 100% that's what the problem was, where your wires were reversed, because you had R1 going to R1. It's always R1 to T1, T1 to R1. So that was the mistake that I seen. So I think that'll solve your problem, but we'll see later when we dive into it. Let's see. This is tight, this wire here. This ESC is a little bit smaller than the Acon I was using. You can tell because the wires are a little bit taut. But it's not the end of the world. So that's good there. And the last motor. Okay. One. Two. And 3. Done. All right, so motors are done. Oh my God, I'm a retard. I put it on backwards because I'm an idiot. Sorry, guys. Stupid amateur move right there. I don't have to prep anything. I'll just do a 1, 2, 3. How come you didn't point that out, man? You guys got to tell me these things when I do stupid shit. I should about a second build on. Got all the parts of my build, my stuff. Need to know about where to solder what. Yep, I'll help you out, dude. Not a problem. The more you build, you know, kind of you notice like I'm not using any diagrams or charts. The more you build, it's all pretty much the same, unless you're using GPS or, you know, like an H7 as opposed to an F4 or something like that. You know, F7 is pretty easy to build on because you could use any UART for crossfire. It doesn't matter if it's inverted or not. You know, years ago it was tougher to build because it had to be much more specific where you soldered to. But nowadays, any component goes to any UART if you're using an F7, so it really doesn't matter. So just remember, TX goes to RX and RX goes to TX, and that's it. And just remember what your UARTs are. It's pretty simple. You know, the more you build, the more you'll understand about where to solder what. You know, but I get it, dude. You know, I had the same thing when I started building. I was very confused on what went where and why, and you know what steps you take to solder and everything like that, as far as when to solder. But it's all pretty basic now. Just like I said, any open UARTs you could use for any component really, except for if you're using FreeSky. Then it has to be S-Bus. But Crossfire is inverted. Excuse me, I'm sorry. FreeSky is inverted. So for an F7, you don't have to. They automatically invert themselves. So it doesn't really matter which UART you go to. You know, and then video in is from your camera, and video out is to your VTX always. So anytime you see a VI video in, that's always your camera, because that's your signal from your camera coming into your flight controller. Video in, and a video out is always obviously going to be your VTX, because it's taking that signal from your camera and it's sending it out to your goggles. So video out is always VTX. So your unifier or whatever you're using will always be video out, and your camera will always be video in, no matter what the flight controller is. Yellow wire is pretty much always going to be video. White wire is always going to be signal, or green, depending on what you're using. All right, so now we fixed that problem. This is on the right way. Pigtail's coming out the back. Very good. So far, so good. And here is the Fettec flight controller. Very nice. So as you see, I'm having a problem already where this capacitor doesn't fit. So I'm going to take this capacitor off, and I'm going to put it on a pigtail like I had it. Or I'll put small caps on there. I'll worry about that later. But let's just pull this out for now. Clean the tip. Mm-hmm. Same thing. I don't want to spend too much time in there. Maybe if I bend it back like this. No, I'm not getting that in there. There's no way. Fettec is going to go like this. Yeah, no, it don't fit. That sucks. But whatever. All right. Let me pull these off. Last thing I want to do is desolder these again. Okay. So, okay. You're not going to be able to see this because it's sandwiched between the plates, but I'm just taking off this capacitor. This you're not going to be able to see, really. Sorry. If I could even get in there. Unbelievable. All right, I got to desolder this again. I can't believe it. Only one side, though, but trick is you don't have to take all of them off. If you guys ever get stuck like this, just like I did, just take one side off and then you can flip it. Okay. Ask me how I know that. There you go. All right, so now I just get this cap off. Yeah, man. Unbelievable. Headache. All right. So much for that. Snip it right there. That's the end of that. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, and 6. All right, that's the last time we're taking it apart, I promise. All right, back to the flight controller. Now the flight controller fits, obviously. All right, so we are right here. We're going to do the same thing. We are going to get probably those blue grommets again. Let's see what I got left in here. It's almost time to go shopping online. Nope, I still got them. All right. Okay. We'll go with the black ones. There's 1. There's 2. So those are the same. They are. Okay. 3. And 4. Okay. Let me see something. I may have to, yeah, I'm probably going to have to open these up a little bit. You'll see Steel doing this a lot too. This is, you don't want any kind of tension on your standoffs to your components, because in a crash, the shock goes straight to the little transistors and everything else, the resistors that are in here, and you'll break it. So if you keep it nice and loose with the rubber grommets and soft mount, less of a chance of breaking it in a crash. Kenny, I hope you heard that, because you have a habit of breaking your components in crashes. So try to soft mount them as good as possible. That'll help out a lot with that. All right, let's just do it. Welcome, whoever joined. Thank you for coming. Getting to the ESC soldering part right now. I know we're going to be programming. Should be done here in about a half hour, probably, something like that. This, pull through. So these grommets don't come with this, by the way. These are just grommets that I had, but any grommets that are M3 size will fit. So you know, you don't need any specific grommets. But the for some reason, the Fettec stuff doesn't come with any kind of soft mounting. It just comes with the hardware. The only thing they do give you is they give you a harness for the 10-pin harness for the flight controller to the ESC. But you don't have to use that. You can do the 1-wire setup, which a lot of people do. I don't personally use that. I don't think that's a lot of information going through 1 wire, and I just don't trust it. But people say good things about it. So if you guys are into the 1-wire thing, I'm not doing that. Let's get this through here. There we go. Come in. What's up, Tolkien, bro? Thanks for coming, man. Appreciate the company, dude. This is the most annoying part of the whole build. I hate doing this to grommets. All right, there we go. Gotcha. All right, it's 3. One more. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, all right, we got it. All right, ready to go. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is make sure that we orient this the right way so I don't have to change anything. Not that it matters, but there's no reason not to run it standard. So Fettec is facing forward, and I just want to see how much. Wait, why is this having trouble sliding on here? What's going on? Something's not right. All right, there it goes. All right, so yeah, I'm going to put a couple of this is way too snug here. Wow, that's tight. Sorry, I'm off camera for a second. I just got to wiggle this off. All right. There we go. Wow, that was tight. Oh, look at this. And I snapped off 2 of the things here. Unbelievable. This is meant to be mounted either 20 by 20 or 30 by 30. And I just made my life very impossible what I just did. What a dope. Oh, man. That makes things much more complicated now. All right. Well, first thing, we could just add a couple of spaces in here. So it rests nice. Since I want it soft mounted, I'm going to put these rubber grommets on here. Okay. 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's see how this is going to sit. Let me get away with it if I put some washers on top. Now I have to keep it snug because of that, which is very annoying. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. Oh, let's reverse though. Goes here. Goes here. Good. Okay, beauty. All right, look in there. Not touching anywhere. We're gonna add one more. Add one more grommet in there just to make it completely off of the ESC. We don't want anything touching the ESC, cause a shock, a short rather. So let me add two more of these grommets. All right, so I have two grommets total on there like that. Just a bag of these. You got came, and that's gonna plug in from here. And that comes around to this side. It's going to go right to the ESC. Just like that. I like it. All right, we're looking good. So now we got to start thinking about our harness for the OSD board and everything, which is this guy right here. So the way this works is this plugs into the OSD board like this. Okay. All right. The OSD board is powered from straight battery power, which are these two leads right here. And then these plug into the Apex OSD and to the flight controller. So the flight controller has two plugs. So first thing we're going to look at is, I got to look at the diagram at this point, actually. So let me go on my computer real quick, my other computer. And let's get to, let me delete all this shit. Later. Tomorrow. Sorry, just got to X all this shit out. Oh, that's Tommy. Oh shit, I didn't even realize talking. That's awesome. All right, so let's go to the Apex diagram. Apex OSD. Oh shit, my bad. Apex OSD diagram. Okay, here we go. All right, Fettec. Apex OSD Fettec. OSD Fettec. Diagram, just it. This one is it. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. I'm just bringing up the right diagram so I don't make any mistakes here. Okay. Oh, here we go. All right. Is that it? No. This is it. All right. There we go. I got it. I got you. All right, there we go. All right, regulator board, OSD. All right, OSD. So that would be, let's see here. Okay, this one goes to the OSD. All right, that's all I needed. So here's the OSD board. This is going to plug in over here. This. All right. And this one goes to the flight controller. So this is going to go to serial 1, which is this one here. Beautiful. All right. There we go. All right. So that's the way it's wired. This goes behind the camera like this. And this goes in the back. Oh, wow. I forgot. This is, I'm going to have to move all this shit around. I forgot. This is where the OSD board goes. So I'm going to have to take this buzzer off. Find a new home for that. All right. And the receiver we'll put right on top of the OSD board. So that's not a problem. Okay. The way this was set up, they come with like these little M2 plastic screws. They're like spaces that go, they act as like stands, like stilts for this board. And then this goes like this here. So I don't know where those screws are. I lost them. So thanks, brother. I appreciate it, Kenny. I'm gonna use some of my brass. Use some of my brass nuts. They were pretty much that size anyway, so that'll work. Use 4 of these. It's more than 4. Okay, we're going to use some M2 hardware. Take this out of the way. 15. There was lock nuts also. Now I remember. There was lock nuts that they were using. Some lock nuts here. Second one we got. Sorry guys, bear with me. Just trying to get some pieces together. I ripped this thing apart and I didn't put anything away where I was supposed to. So for now, I'm just going to use M2s. And when I find the lock nuts, I'll replace them. 3 and 4. Okay. All right. Next up, we got usually do the trick. 2. 3 and 4. What are you guys building? You building anything? Or are you just chilling? Trying to find this last screw here. There we go. 4. All right, so. Oh, those are flatheads. Fuck. My bad. Well, that makes it easier, though. I got plenty of flathead. So. Okay. 1, 2. 3. Find the right sizes. 3 and 4. Okay. That's the wrong size. This is what happens when you put all your M2 shit together. All right. Somebody's calling me. Very annoying. 2, 3, and 4. Let's see what we got here. That's too long. Go for shorter ones. All right, there we go. That's the ones. All right, so we are going with the shorties here. 2. I get 2 more. 3, 4. Okay. 3, 4. Yo, whoever just joined, what's up? I'm on the OSD board right now. I mean the regulator board. Just put it in the back. All right. All right. So this spot was specifically made for the regulator board. This frame was designed around this whole setup, which is pretty awesome. So I'm just going to take that wire out right here. Then this drops in here like this. This is your regulator board. It goes face up like that. Okay. And that's how you're looking. Oh, wait. I got it backwards. I think I got it backwards. No, that's right. This has got to come up. Fuck. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. I'll take this off. All right. Put this under here like this. Get it out of the way. All right. I'm going to unplug this for now. Right there, just to see how this fits here. So this drops in here like that, but by the looks of it, this isn't the original hardware. So this may have to go higher because it looks like it's hitting this here. So chances are that those screws were a little bit longer that came with the kit. But I mean, it rests nice over here. So I'm just going to stick with the way it is right now. I like it. So I'm going to tighten this up. Hold on 1 second. Just going to get a screwdriver for that. All right. Okay, nice and tight. Okay. This one is nice and tight. Okay. All right. Put this over here like this. Looks good. All right, so let me plug this real quick. Next step is I got to wire this to the battery leads. That's what these 2 wires are for right here. So I'm going to set myself up for that. That's the next solder I'm going to do. This is going to come around like that. Just going to go like that. All right, this is going negative. This is going positive. Okay. So that's why I don't start soldering anything on a flight controller yet. And you do this. I made that mistake when I first built this because you have to have all these wires set up right before you start mounting your flight controller all the way. So figure out how you're going to run the wires, how long they're going to be. These I'm going to cut and solder right here directly to the battery leads. This is what powers the regulator board. So let's start cutting those. Okay, this one right about there. This one right about there. Okay. Now at this point, just to make things easier, you pull this off and you solder this like that. All right. One. Okay. All right. This goes around like that. And we'll just clean the tip a little bit. There we go. Beauty. One. Just re-angle this, make it a little easier. There's a few of them, Kenny. I seen you just asked that. There's a couple. Yeah, I seen you. I just seen that. Yeah, dude, you're welcome anytime. You ever come to New York, bro? You know, my house is your house, dude. We'll have fun. Totally. Same thing in Texas, bro. I'm sure there's plenty of spots up there to rip. All right. That's pretty good. Just gotta put some more solder on there. Enough solder, really. There you go. That's better. A little bit more here. Okay. There it is. All right, that's on there nice. All right, so now we got power to the regulator board. So being that's the case, let's put this back on. All right, plugs in like that. Right, sorry. Plugs in like that. Okay. All right, so now that drops in nice and neat. You got no extra wire. The power is on the sides over there, going to straight to the battery leads, nice and short. Okay. I'm just going to put these on here to hold it down. It's not a permanent thing. All right. Okay, so this is your OSD board. So what we're going to do is we're going to run this wire between the ESC and the FC. That's why I didn't solder anything to the flight controller yet. And then this drops with the camera. So now at this point, we can put the camera back in. All right. And this is already soldered for the TBS unifier because, like I said, I had it on here already. So when I blew it out, the Fettec ESC, I just disconnected everything. But it's still set up for the camera and the TBS unifier. So it saves some solder, which is cool, some soldering. And this plugs right in like that. I don't know if you can see it on camera. It's really, really nice design. And it just drops in just like that. It's so nice. And you got access to the USB port. And that's it. The OSD is in. So, like I said, this is going to tuck in underneath the, you know what? I'm going to twist this up a little bit just to make it neat. Let's give it a few twists here. All right, that's better. Now put it back. Oh, wait, put it upside down. There you go. Beauty. So that's that. Now this plugs into the flight controller, and that's it. We're done with the wiring. All we got to do is just solder up the what we'll call the receiver, and we're done. So let's put this back in here. Very nice. Glove. Like a glove, baby. Fortunately, I snapped these little things here. It's very annoying. It's going to bother me. But whatever. For the sake of the stream, I didn't change anything. Otherwise, I would have had to mount it 20 by 20 because I broke those tabs. Very annoying. Those tabs are very sensitive, by the way. I'm going to run this underneath too, actually, now that I see it. Okay. That way. There it goes. Done and done. All right. This plugs back into here, and we are all wired up, just like that. So that's the full wiring. I'll of course do a smoke test. I just have to add a cap to the top of the pigtail by the XT60. I was hoping not to do that with this build, but I have no choice with it. But whatever. So the last thing to do is I just gotta wire up my receiver, which is right here. This is going to sit up top like this, and this wires right to the back of the Fettec flight controller right here. So that's it. Very good. Everything else is wired. So the signal wire going from the serial one here, just like the KISS flight controller. This serial port right here going from the flight controller is what gives you your signal for your VTX to your camera and your VTX going to your OSD board. So you don't need to solder anything else to the Fettec flight controller or the KISS one for that matter, which is pretty cool. This one wire, this one plug just goes straight to the OSD board, and everything else goes from the OSD board to your components. So this plugs into the camera, and this plugs into the Unify, and we're done. That's it. I just got to tidy everything up and solder on the receiver. We're done. And then we'll get to some programming. You guys can see what I'm talking about, how to program it. I'm just getting a piece of double-sided tape. I appreciate you guys coming to the stream, watching. All right, mix that. Just a little piece of tape here. Put that here. Yeah, man. There it goes. All right. Okay, so this is going to rest right there. And that's it. So we are going to, last thing we got to solder is the crossfire, which goes right here. It's going to be these 4 pads here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Kenny, if you're watching, you see how I'm in and out here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and quick. You see how nice and neat that is? That's what you want. That avoids all the trouble with the signal and everything like that when you're soldering on your components. Let's say you lose signal real quick like that. All right, so this is the Fettec right here. This is the diagram. Let me just take a look at it. All right, there we go. 5-volt ground. Nano. Oh, look at that. So I guess it's not as clean cut as I thought. Let me see. That's got to be for the crossfire. That makes no sense. Let me just get another picture up here. Bear with me 1 second. I'm just looking at wiring diagrams. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you, Steve, a lot of times on 3-inch builds, you don't really need the cap. It'll help with your video for the sake of video. But as far as protecting your ESC and you know, there's really no need for it. But if you do have bad video, a cap sometimes will help you, but not always. A lot of times, the best thing to do is just to run a ground, your VTX ground and your camera ground together to one pad. That'll normally solve. That usually will solve your video issues, unless it's motor noise, which could happen from. Motor noise could happen from when you have a screw touching the wires. That'll cause the ground to interfere with your video every time you hit the throttle. You'll notice, like, if you blip the throttle, it gets worse. A lot of times that's what that's from. But most of the time, just running your ground together, it eliminates the ground loop, and it'll help with your video tremendously, actually. So just keep that in mind for the next time. But a cap is a fix, because the cap definitely helps with the ground. It cleans up the signal a little bit. So that's one way to go as well. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. All right. So, Fettec FC. Here we go. Why can't I get just a simple diagram? I don't understand why you always have to search all over the place to get wiring. Why can't they just like make it easily accessible? I don't know if you guys noticed that, but every time I look for something wiring wise, it's like needle in a haystack every time. It's very annoying. All right. Is this the one? Here we go. I think this is it. Okay. Ground, RX2, 5 grand. RX telemetry, 5-volt ground, RX2. No bueno. So annoying. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Almost done. Just double checking. By controller. Come on, give me an answer, baby. Give me something here. Does anybody know where I could get the diagram for the Fettec wiring? If so, let me know. All right, here we go. What's this here? RX telemetry. Okay, left. Five-volt ground. Ground. TX. TX2, RX2. All right, I got it. All right, so I used the wrong pads. No big deal. I'm going to do TX2, 5-volt, ground, RX2. Done and done. All right. So TX goes to RX, Kenny. So in my case, the white wire is RX on the crossfire, so that goes to TX. So that's going to go here. Oh, wait. There we go. All right. Then we got 5-volt. It's done. Ground. Notice how I'm in and out. That's the trick with this whole thing. In and out. And this is a big tip too, which makes it a lot harder. If you have smaller tips, definitely use them. Makes it a lot easier. And then TX goes to RX, which is last. Done and done, boys. All right, that's it. We're wired up. We are ready for some programming. So before we do anything, the first thing I'm going to do is plug my camera in. Okay. Just do this so I could. Forgive me if this is not looking good on camera. I'm just trying to make everybody happy so I could keep it in view. This would be a lot easier if I hover over it, but whatever. Yeah, I'm going to just do it. Sorry. Okay. That's that. This goes to a Unify, which I have right here. I just get an antenna for that. Brand new Triumph. Okay. All right, we're going to put this here. And before we go any further and button anything up, we are going to do smoke test. So, first thing we're going to do is break out multimeter. Very important. Smoke stopper. Will save your life. All right, let's get a battery. We got here. This is fine. All right, here we go. Moment of truth, baby. Don't explode. Oh, yeah. Love that sound. How's that, boys? All right. Unify's flashing. Unify's on. We're lit up on the bottom. All is well, baby. Let's just check our screen right here, quick. All right. Let's see the channel. There we go. See that? Oh, yeah. All right, boys. Everything works. Successful build. So now we're going to button everything up and we are going to program. Very, very nice. Successful smoke test. All right. So, what do we got to change here? All right. What we got to change is, you see this is set up for the MMCX because I was using the Rush tank. I could actually still use the Rush tank if I wanted to. I could just throw it on top like this. It's actually not a bad idea because it'll hold the controller in place, the flight controller in place. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Rush tank or TBS Unify? I think I'm going to go with the Rush tank, to be honest with you. All I got to do is just repin this. This is 4 or 5. Oh, it's a 6-pin. Okay. All right. Here is the one I had on here. So I'd have to. Yeah, fuck that. I'm just gonna stick with the Unify. All I gotta do is just get another pigtail. One second. Just gonna get a pigtail. Should I got a ton of them too. Just take these out. Got it there. This is what happens when you build 100 quads. You have so much shit that's just crazy. It's good to keep everything organized. This is what I got. Yeah, this works. This is what I was looking for. That's the UFL pigtail. It's good. So now all I gotta do is just switch this out. turn off my soldering iron. All right. So my desk is a mess at this point. That's what happens. We got here, wrong size. All right. All I really want is this. This is the bracket that connects everything together. So let's do it like that. Or does it go the other way? Oh, it goes like, no, that's right. Okay. Okay. That's that. All right. This goes here like this. All right. You know what? Just work like that? No. All right, so this is going to get a twist in it with that. All right. And we wanted to make sure that, oh no, this goes this way. That's right. What am I doing? This comes over here. Right, it's plenty long. Okay, good. So this comes over here like this. Like this. There we go. Okay. Beautiful. How is it like this? Oh, I forgot how this thing went. That's the way. All right, good. Come on. This is annoying. Sorry, guys. This is tedious. You know what? I'm doing this all wrong. I'm going to take these out and then put them on and then slide it on. That's how I did it last time. Just remembered. Okay. Comes in like this. Right. No, that's wrong. Wrong. This came straight through like that, all right? Okay. All right. Buttons. There we go. That's right. Okay. Okay. This comes around this way. This goes in here, like this. How you guys doing over there? Okay, this comes in. Come on, pop in there, buddy. Nice. Okay, good. All right, moving along. Now that that's done. Get this on there, right? No. All right. This is what happens when you build just on the fly is you run into stupid little things like, oh, this screw goes first before that one, and it's little annoying stuff like that, which could be avoided if I just was watching build video, but I forgot how to do it. Does this go this way? Maybe it goes this way. This way. No. All right. Not a big deal because I didn't screw anything down yet. This has got to come up higher. All right, let's get this out of the way. So what we're going to do, this is put this up. I'm going to put two more of these on there. Tighten that up. Okay. Let's see something. Too high. It is reverse. Son of a bitch. That's why. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter how high that thing is. I was so dumb. All right, it's my fault. What a waste of time that was. All right, so let me put this on here, and then I'm gonna button this whole thing up. And we're gonna program. Done. Programming in 10 minutes. All right. You ready, fool? Okay. All right. Drop this on there like that. Good. Next, let me put some M2 screws. All right. I actually kind of like the brass look better. They're probably just like a point fraction of a gram heavier, but kind of like the way it looks because of the gold motors. I'm going to keep that. I like that. What do you guys think? Brass, right? I think that looks pretty sharp with the motors. Let's stick with that. I lost the original hardware. Yeah, I like that. I like that. The brass looks good. All right. Three. And four. Why is this so loose? Nice. All right. What's that? So now back here, I'm going to use some colored zip ties. I love the design of this thing. I love the way they designed it. So the zip ties just come right through here, and they lock everything right in place, and it kind of like clamps down on the Model T. It's pretty awesome. People that did the steel, followed the steel video, still doesn't use these. He uses the Model T, which is fine. The Model L, rather, how he named it. But I think this is a great design for this, man. I love the way they did this. Nice little setup. Keeps it so locked down, nice. They just do that through here like this, right? Yep. Okay. It's nice and locked down. The antenna is totally out of the way. It's safe from the props. I love that. Looks good. So put this here. We're almost done now. Okay. Done and done. All right. Now this goes on the right side like this. Like that. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Before we do that, we are going to heat shrink that down. All right. This isn't as the heat shrink that comes with the Unify is very stiff, which is nice actually. I kind of like it way better than this. This is soft, this stuff, but it's what it is, whatever. But with this setup, it really doesn't matter because the antenna is never going to get yanked on anyway because it's secured by this bracket here that comes with the frame, which is a nice design. So that's that. So we just wedge this in there like that. Clip that down. And that is ready to be heat shrink. Plug this in real quick. All right. Looks pretty good. All right, we're ready to button up. Last thing we got to do as far as securing everything down is I just got to put on a flight controller. Hardware. Flat. Where's everything here? Why am I missing so much shit? Here we go. Watch this. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got some nuts to go along with it. Done. All right. All right. One, 2, 3, 4. I'm putting these washers because I busted the tabs over here, which sucks. That was just me trying to force it on, force it off, which is really dumb. I'm going to put some Loctite on this afterwards. I'm just doing it for the sake of you guys. Even though there's only a couple of years, I love you guys for being here. I'm not going to start Loctite and everything. I'm just going to tidy everything up and program it and then go back, and I'll do that afterwards. You know, as far as the Loctite goes, I'll go through the whole thing, the whole build. All right. Done. So that's secure. Everything's nice and tight on there. Everything is locked down. Beautiful. So we have successfully installed everything. And that's a quick shot. It took, what? A little over 2 hours. What's up, Ken? It took a little over 2 hours to do all of that. So not bad. A lot of things were soldered already and whatnot. But I actually still got to solder on the pigtail onto here. But not bad, all in all. 2 hours. There's a lot more to going on here as far as, you know, the OSD board and regulator board and everything else that's on here as opposed to a regular build. So not bad. But I've done it once before, even though it's been a while. It's still pretty fresh in my head where I was able to do it by memory-ish anyway. And that's that. So I'm going to put on this plate right now. And then we're going to start messing around with the programming. Okay, just gonna go like that. What's going on here? Why is this giving me a hard time? There it goes. All right. these in here. All right. Is that right? There it goes. Love that sound. Okay. There she goes. All right. Yep, for those of you just joining, I put the Fettec FC 45 amp FC ESC rather, and the FC with the OSD board. It's all done and buttoning it up. I'm about to program it, and we're going to see if this motor was damaged in the crash or if it was actually the ESC and the Acon ESC. As soon as I do a motor test, I'm going to know right away. So just throwing some screws in to the plate. I'm going to start programming. Okay, I lost my screws, so I'm just going to get new ones. So that's too short. Maybe. Okay, two more. One. And where are you? Short. Too long. So much time to replace my hardware. Or at least replenish my hardware. There we go. Running low, baby. I'm running low. All right. All right. It's a little snug. I think I tweaked that front standoff in the crash that I got into at the Pilgrim the other day. But we're about to see how everything works out. Six people now. Wow, I'm on a roll. Well, I lost one. All right. All right. One more. There she is. All right. Oh, what an idiot I am. Wow. I put an RP SMA connector on here. I didn't even look. So either I changed the pigtail out or I put an RP stubby antenna. I think I have one. Let me take a look. Oh, it's amazing. I just have everything. This is actually better too anyway because it's smaller. So that worked out. So I'm going to put the stubby antenna instead of the long one, which is fine. They do the same exact thing. So now I got a stubby on there, which is even better. I like it. I forgot I even had the stubby RPSMA. So that worked out. Okay. We're ready for some programming, baby. All right, so I got to figure out how to. I'm not using a third-party streaming software, so I can't mirror my screen, which really sucks. I'm sorry. So, if anything, I'm going to end this now, and then I'm going to come back with through Zoom. That way, I can stream through Zoom, and I'll do the programming. But guys, I appreciate you so much for coming through and watching the build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a little bit slow because it was a little trial and error because I was going by memory, but came out nice, man. You know, now it's Fettec 45 amp ESC is in here. I'm happy about that. I'm just going to program it real quick, and I'll come back live once I get it programmed. All right, so I'm going to end the stream. I love you guys. BV, before I end, I'll tell you this is the This isn't the Mr. Steel. This is a straight up Apex base frame. Apex base frame is, I think, $80, $85. It's cheap. It's not much. Maybe $90, something like that. And then you know, components individually: Fettec ESC, Fettec flight controller, TBS Unify. I would say somewhere around the range of 7, maybe total. So you have an idea, but I'm just guesstimating. If I actually put the numbers together, I would tell you I could give you a more exact number, but probably around 700 to do everything if you wanted it, you know. So you have an idea. But this is top shelf, though. This is the best 5-inch frame I ever flew, hands down. And I'm not even just saying that because it's in front of me and you guys are watching. I'm telling you honestly, it's better than the Alien. It's better than the remix I had. It's better than all the Arlington quads I ever had. This Apex frame is just unbelievable. Flies great, and it's the most durable frame I ever had. If you've seen the crash that I got into with this thing, I went full speed into the ground, nose first. Broke my GoPro, broke 2 motors, broke my ESC, and the frame is still fine. The only thing I broke on the frame was this front protector clip, as you can see here, which I'm about to replace. So, BV, if you're looking for a frame, yeah, I hear you, dude. Yeah, tune into the next video. I'll have a Fettec tuning video come up. I was going to do it live right now, but unfortunately, I can't stream. I can't mirror my screen, like I was just saying, because I'm not streaming with a third-party software. So I'll make a tuning video on the Fettec, and I'll show you. I mean, Kiss is super easy to tune. It's pretty much like magic, dude. So, you know, there's not much to it. But, you know, if you're interested, I'll have a video up on that. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you guys for that. It's awesome. And hopefully I see you guys in the next video. If you didn't subscribe, be subscribed. You'll enjoy my videos. Thanks again. Love you guys, man. Take care.